Hi, it's Mike with Itty Bitty Micro Farm back here with another video. In this video, we are going to be opening up and putting together our nest box from HenGear. Is the extra large nest box that holds up to 75 hens, it says, for laying the eggs. So we're gonna get in that and open this up and see what we got. All right, we got it open. This is the grate where all that stuff sets. This is the rollout grate that's going to happen. Set that to the side here. And this is the soft roll. It's supposed to feel like grass to them. Sets on top of that grate and that's what rolls out. Set that over here. And looks like that's the back side. Start setting stuff down here as we open it. And this is the front side. This is where they go in. Got a little bit of coverage, but the holes in it for them to go into and everything like that. The red is supposed to attract them to it. I don't know if it really works, but that's the theory behind it. Side pieces. Not sure what that is. We'll figure that out. Looks like probably for the going up and down on the bar. Supposed to go up and down to keep them out if you want to try and keep them out. And the hardware is also with that. Of course, does have the instructions with it. So it's got the whole instructions how to put it together. It is reversible, so you can do the front side or the back rollout. And we do the back rollout the way our coop's set up, so it just rolls out to us so we can get them without getting into the coop and everything else. So we'll be setting it up like that. So we'll get into it. All right, in the instructions, they do give you the lists of the parts, and there's stickers on each part labeling what they are, so you'll be able to find it to match up. So we're working on part 1 right now, and part 1 we're putting the boat in this side. This is where kind of the tray goes. The lid, I think, goes and sets in here if I'm correct. As we go through, put the boat on, and in this you just want to go ahead and finger tighten it because you want to be able to make sure everything lines up properly. Otherwise you might not line everything up, so just finger tighten it to get it all together. All right, and that's finger tighten, and that's all you need to do with that and get that set and move on to the next step. Step 2, take this and we're going to need to put it into the tray side. So we're going to stick the boat into the tray side loops there. All right, and got the first side done, and now we're going to do the other side. Same way, again, you just want to hand tighten this. So you're just twisting this on, no tools yet are required. Get this all the way down, and then we'll be putting the tray on it. Okay, we're going to start assembling the first parts, and you're going to do part 3 and 4. The stickers are on them. I don't know if you can see that. Stickers are on them. So you know what parts you're grabbing. Just read the instructions if you need to, or just follow along with us. And just going to stick that in there. Obviously you want the boat side, which would be on the outside of this, and the nut on the inside. Tighten that down, hand tighten it, and we'll come back and tighten them up later. All right, and 2 parts are together. So what does it look like? Part 7, and we're going to put these together. All right, we're going to put part 3 and 4 together with part 7. You're just taking the boat, and you're going to have the holes here, so it goes all the way through. This kind of lets it swing, and you just slide that in there, and that's what that's going to do there. And let's do the other side. Just slide that in there, and there you go. This is your lid. So we're going on to the next step. All right, we're going to put the front side onto the tray, the egg collection tray. We use the 3/16, but they also have labeled nicely on there for you, so you know which ones you're grabbing. Kind of got to do 2 things at once here, so see what we can do. Actually, it doesn't go on the outside, it goes on the inside. So this is on the outside. The outside piece is on the outside all the way around. So make sure you have that. And then take a 3/16 screw on either one of these holes back here. There's also one on the bottom that we need to do as well. All right, got the screws put in there. So now I'm gonna lay the lid down so I can get around there. And just gonna use this to get in there with that and hold it. And lift the lid kind of back up and hold it with your armpit. And just tighten the screw down really good, just like that. All right, then we're tightening good. That's not gonna go anywhere. Now we're gonna do the bottom because we got these 2. Remember there's 3. So I am gonna try to not break it. And flip it up like that. I think it'd be the easiest way to do it. All right, I'm gonna tighten them down and kind of figured out that this, and just holding this, just for a drill, it's 3/8, just kind of holding that one and tightening it. Works a lot better being able to get back there and get in there because it's tight spaces. So just gonna put that up there, kind of hold it tight, and then tighten the screw. Much easier than trying to bit a whole screwdriver back there or something. So there we go, that's part's done, and we'll move on to the next step. All right, now on to the next step. We're gonna assemble the box. It's a little bit different if you're doing front or rear. We're doing rear, but this part is the exact same. You would be doing the same steps. So just putting that bolt in, just like we did on the other piece, and we're just going to hand tighten this and do this on both sides. All right, them pieces are together, just tighten them on there. They're nice and sturdy, tighten them down. And then we're gonna put this piece on through there. All right, so you're gonna stand this up like this direction. There we got the other side in there, you can see that, standing down there. And just gonna put this in here, and this is your flap. You're gonna lift up and down, so this is where you want it. There should be a gap down at the bottom here where the box is gonna go in. All right, piece 10 now that we're gonna put on, and it says attach it from like the back, but inside, so you wanna actually go in over this with it. Get it in there, get her lined up. And then there's 2 spots back here, and this is where we're gonna put the bolts in on either side. All right, again, just tighten it with this. So just putting that in there, holding it, and tightening that up. All right, when you do this, you wanna make sure that this flap is on the inside. Don't build it to where it's on the outside, because this is where you're gonna open up, and then this is where it's gonna stay. And it does come with 2 magnets you can put on here that it's gonna keep it up there. So, but yeah, make sure that's on the inside. All right, when you're putting this together, if you're doing rear, make sure you follow the rear instructions. We got a little quick ahead of ourselves and thought we knew what we were doing. And this was on the other side. We'll go ahead and play the video still of this. And that's for if you're collecting from the front. So we're gonna do the rear. So you want the flap to be on the back side. So your flap's on the back side. This is going to set on the front side because your eggs are going to roll down that way. So the tray is going to set here and roll down. Make sure you do that and connect it this way. All right, as it starts raining, but we got work to do. On a farm, you got to get stuff done. So this is part 13. It's got the frilly stuff on it to let the eggs go down slowly. Just putting 3/16 bolts in this and getting them tightened. So again, simply just holding it on with this back here. Don't have to fight with the big thing, and just tighten it in. There we go, nice and tightened. On to the next one. All right, so we got this channel that we're gonna do, part number 13, and it just goes on the back just like this. It's gonna stick out a little bit. The same thing, 3/16 bolts. Just put it on there, pretty simple. Same thing as everything before, you just tighten into these bolts on. They make it pretty universal, it's nice. And most of the bolts and stuff screws are all the same, so. All right, got that step done, on to the next. All right, getting the roof that has the flappies on it, and this is just going on top, so it's somewhat heavy, so be cautious of that. There we go, 2 screws on the back and probably 2 screws in the front there as well. So we're gonna do the back side first. So far, everything else has been pretty easy, so that's the most difficult part so far. And on to the next. All right, it's time to connect the tray, the collection box, on to the big box, I'll call it. Don't know the technical terms, but so now we're just gonna connect this to this, and this is gonna line up, lift that up. Okay, you want to make sure that you're over the bar that's in here with this. If you go just slightly underneath that, it's not going to match up. So make sure that goes up underneath there. And I'm going to go ahead and leave this lid down and put all the bolts in. All right, just tighten these glass bolts here. Get them nice and tightened. Got the other side done already. So the egg collection box is on. This is the magical part where you get the eggs. So we're gonna flip it around and do the roosting bar on the other side. All right, putting the roosting bar on there. The first steps are parts 5 and 6. I'm just gonna attach them to the side. You wanna make sure, I think this is part 5, goes on the left-hand side, because you want it to be able to swing up and shut off the nesting box if you need to. So you could put them on reverse on accident, so just be careful of that. All right, we got the parts down. The one on the bottom is really tight, so be careful of that getting in there. It's a really tight fit, but not too terrible. And just tighten this one down. Got both sides on for the swing bars. We're gonna put the top on now. Just gonna do that there. And remember, if you guys are getting any value out of these videos, if you stayed this long watching everything else, go ahead and hit the like button if you haven't already. And if you wanna see more videos like this or videos on microgreens, gardening stuff, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and make sure you hit that bell notification, get notifications when we're going live. Everything else we do a live, usually every week, somewhere in there. So make sure you tune in for that. You can ask questions and everything on there. Yeah, just make sure you hit like and subscribe and turn the bell notification on. We really appreciate it. All right, so it's time for the roosting bar. It comes with the 1/4-inch bolts, and they're flat, which you want on here, but it's very hard to twist them in there, so I'm going to try and use this and twist it in there to make it a little bit easier. That worked pretty good twisting it in there, but I just want to make sure it's flat, so I'm going to get the mallet. right, so you just gotta put the boat underneath there, and it does work using a mallet just to push these down all the way to get them down. So that's not in the instructions, but I would recommend kind of doing that to flatten that out and get it all the way through, because it wasn't going all the way through. And just tighten it. All right, nice and tight. Roosting bars on, and there you can put it up, keep my chickens out. It kind of works. All right, so now we're gonna put the big catch in. This is where they set and all that. So, just gonna slide in. And then there's a bar back here that you've seen when we put this together that it rests on. That's where it's gonna go. Slide it down, push it down, and it rests on the bar in front as well. And then the same thing with this. I'm gonna put it on the front. Makes it a little bit more comfortable, a lot more comfortable for it. And that's easy enough to get in there. All right, so it's got a nice angle on it. So when they set in there and lay, it's gonna roll down into the back of that box. So it'll come back here, and then this is where you're gonna come collect the eggs back here. The eggs will all be down here, and they'll be nice hens and lay the eggs and get out. Maybe. That is putting together the nest box from HenGear. I'll leave a link down here. No affiliate or anything like that with them currently, but this is the second box we bought from them. The first box we bought was a smaller one. This is the extra large. We're going to get this now put into the coop and give the girls a little bit more room. And very happy to put this together. Fairly easy, fairly quick, not too bad. Some small little things in there, but definitely would recommend them. Good company, fast shipment. We had it in 3 days from the time we ordered, so it came really fast, so very happy about that. Again, make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and we will see you in the next one.